Welcome to your If Astrology Isn't Real mini-sode presented to you by Cosmic RX Radio, where I spill the tea on this week's headlines. Politics, pop culture, world events, all written in the stars. Let's dive in. Okay, babes, if astrology isn't real, then why did Gwyneth Paltrow announce during tourist season that she is going to start eating bread and cheese again? I mean, if the Queen of Vagina Candles is carbo loading, you know the stars are doing the most. Make it make sense any other way besides astrology. Welcome to today's mini-sode, If Astrology Isn't Real. I'm your host, Maddie Murphy. How the hell are we doing? Thank you so much for being here. This is our second week of having this as a dedicated segment, and I'm loving the feedback and loving just to have a little space to play and be weird with y'all here and recap what happened in the previous week through the planetary lens, break down the collective and current chaos through the cosmic receipts. As always, let me know in the comments below or slide into our DMs on Instagram at the Cosmic RX if there's something that you want me to go further into. And as a reminder, we're going to look at something on the political landscape, yikes, and then we're going to go into pop culture, maybe a peek at someone's chart, and then we will talk about something like predictive or an overview or something that helps us understand the forecasting of like maybe what to expect next. Again, just giving us the cosmic context of like the moment of time that we are in. So politics, as always, there's so much to talk about. I'm like, like the mineral deal with the Ukraine, more of these effed up immigration policies and ICE. I'm like, I don't even know. But I realized after a lot of you said in my DMs about things, I just wanted to talk about the Aries of it all. I say that because Neptune moved into Aries March 30th, and this is huge. Neptune is all about our spiritual ideals, and Aries is the sign of the warrior, right? And then this week, April 30th, this week on Wednesday, Venus moved into Aries. Venus had been Aries retrograde in March, right? And now so we're returning to some things from March. And I was just thinking of the Aries of it all. This month, end of May, Saturn moves into Aries. You know, every zodiac sign has the shadow and the light. So we have to honor that, right? Like there's the high octave, the low octave. The low octave of some of this Aries energy does have people fighting. It has people in war. It's a very militant sign, right? Or could have us acting brash, rash, or doing things just for ourselves. In the high octave, Aries is like standing up for yourself. Aries is, I believe, the defender of the underdog. Aries, I think, really always the Aries I know in my life really stand up for, speak out on when they see things happening, especially to those who maybe don't have as much voice or privilege, whether they're marginalized or vulnerable, or it's like the environment where there's not a physical voice attached. So I think that, you know, as we pay attention to what's going to be happening, like the Saturn, Neptune, Aries of it all might bring more intensity, more things that feel like war, more of this like martial law feeling here in the United States, but it also may bring people standing up for what they believe in, maybe waking up from some of the illusion, delusion, fog, fake news, deep fake energy, culty energy of Neptune and Pisces. And we saw when Neptune moved to Aries, literally like that day, the day after, we saw Cory Booker have that history record breaking filibuster of, you know, kind of speaking up and out against what was going on in this current administration, which people were kind of like waiting for. Like, can someone finally do that? And then this week, Venus moves into Aries on that exact day. If astrology isn't real, then why did Kamala Harris kind of come out of a little bit of like a post-election hidey hole to rail against and rage against, rightfully so, with sacred rage, the first 100 days of this administration and the things that are going on that are really not democratic, constitutional crises, and just general like fuckery. And I love this in terms of astrologically because she has an Aries moon. So like this is part of her. And also Venus in Aries, when we see Venus in Aries moments in history, we usually do see either women or the feminine speaking up, speaking out, or again, people advocating Aries, warrior, for Venus, the feminine. So I thought this was a cool moment, especially because I think the Democratic Party was having a little bit like, okay, we don't need another like politely worded letter of like, I'm disappointed in you from Chuck Schumer. Like we need some people getting mad, getting in our face. And I don't know if like what Kamala's going to do this point forward. And I know that another Aries Moon Queen, AOC, has been doing this too with rallies, but like, and I'm not saying Democratic Party, there's a lot of work to do there, but I did think it was interesting in this Venus and Aries moment to the day we saw this. So stay tuned. Let me know in the comments below if you see anything in the coming week that feels really Venus working with Aries, especially with Neptune alongside it. We have Mars and Leo in the sky too, which is, there's a lot of fire. There's a lot of like advocating for what you believe in, what you believe is your truth, what you believe in. It's also like standing up and speaking out against shit that you see that just feels wonky. Speaking of, let's transition into our pop culture moment. A lot of you wanted me to break down and look at the chart of none other than Jalen Hurts, quarterback for the Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles. If you missed it, as is customary, the Eagles won the Super Bowl this year, and it is traditional for the winning team to go to the White House to hang out with the prez. And like half of the team was like, how about no, I'm busy. So I love the thing of like, next time someone invites me to an event I don't want to go to, I'm just going to send them a picture of Jalen Hurts and be like, sorry. So I had to peek at Jalen Hurts' chart. Just kind of an interesting person to me in general. During this year's Super Bowl, my cousin alerted me that he has the only all-female management team, which we love. And I think it's rare for anyone to even have even a female agent, much less a whole record, like a whole team. So it's like his agent, manager, marketing manager, 2 communication staffers are all women. So I'm like, what is going on in this man's chart? So he is a Leo sun, which I'm like, okay, again, standing up for what we believe in. Leos are very courageous. Leos can't fake nothing. If you ever met a Leo with the ego is what I was trying to say, but a Leo also works. Leos have natural leadership skills. They lead from the heart space though. There's passion, competitive edge for sure. And there's like Leos face challenges head on. Leos aren't afraid to be themselves, and Leos can inspire other people to do the same thing, lead from the heart. So I wonder if he had kind of a hand in like giving half the team permission to not go. And then to balance that in an interesting way, he has an Aquarius moon, which means he was born on or near a full moon. Whenever we see the opposite sun and moon sign, we can kind of clue into that, which means he is here for himself to be a leader, the I, the me of that fire, but he also cares about the we and the collective and progress and doing things from a little bit more values-based, visionary-based, like community-based perspective. He wants to he cares about what we're doing as a society. And I imagine too his community being a little bit represented as a Black man and as a Philadelphia citizen or representative of Philadelphia. And I just think as a city, Philadelphia is like this administration. So I thought it was kind of cool seeing that his Mercury is in Leo. And then in terms of the all-female management team, he has a Venus and Mars in Cancer. So Venus is quite literally your values, but also how you make money. And then Mars is again like what motivates you, who you're fighting on behalf of, what gets your energy going. And I'm like, I kind of love that this Venus, Mars, and Cancer is like, yeah, like I might be out there, quarterback stud on the field, acting all Leo, but like my inner world is very like the kitten energy. And I know that the best people to protect me, the best people to make money for me are my girls. I'm a guy's girl. So I thought that was really fun. And then another pop culture moment, just to tease the chart at a little bit, a lot of you sent me, Penn Badgley has been going viral, especially for this like look it up. He's behind the scenes of some daytime talk show doing the dance to the anxiety Dochi, and they're singing somebody's watching me, it's Joe Goldberg, or something like that. And it's because of Netflix's You season 5. I think it's the end of the series, came out this week, which always just is a great opportunity for me to bring up one of my favorite fun facts. Is like Penn Badgley has gained so much fame for playing this role of Joe Goldberg, who is truly a sociopath, serial killer, becomes obsessed with women, and then kills all these people in his path to justifies it through like love and passion and obsession, and it's a whole thing. But Penn Badgley, as the actor, has famously come out and been like, I get a little disturbed that women stan for Joe Goldberg and defend him and have a crush on him and love him, when we're supposed to look at him as oh, that's really disturbing and creepy. He's kind of like a classic anti-hero, but times an 11. And I think it really has to do with Penn Badgley's chart. He was born to play this role, and then by accident, I think also made everyone fall in love with it. Because if astrology isn't real, then why does Penn Badgley, leapt into fame, they're playing Joe Goldberg, have the most planets in Scorpio ever? I am talking, he has a Scorpio sun. He has a Venus in Scorpio. He has a moon in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, and of course Pluto. So he's got a whole lot going on in his chart that was born to play the role of Joe Goldberg, and whoopsie daisy also made everyone fall in love with him because Scorpios, they are passionate. They will kill for those they love, but also they're very magnetic and we can't help but falling in love with them. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you checked out his chart, what do we think of Penn Badgley? I think this video of him dancing was so cute. And one of my internet crushes, Blakely Thornton, did a really fun little commentary on Instagram. Go check it out. Okay, so the last thing for forecasting, just looking ahead, we are in the North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo, and the nodes correlate to the nodes of the moon. In mundane astrology, the moon always has to do with the people. And I've talked about that the North Node is a way of sort of trend forecasting, is a way of sort of understanding what's going to be hot in the cultural conversation or the zeitgeist. What are we going towards? What are we moving away from? It's the ultimate in out list, right? Do, don't list. So North Node in Pisces. Some of you sent me that what's in for fashion this week, or this summer, not this week, is Fisherman fashion. What? Catch of the day, couture. I guess galoshes and slickers are on the runway for what we're all going to be wearing this summer. Not we, but the collective. And I'm I can't believe it. I looked it up. It is indeed true. So let me know in the comments below, what do we think about Fisherman fashion? And also let me know other North Node and Pisces trends you see. Next week, I would love to get into, we have a little bit more time. I am trying to keep these mini-sodes. South Node in Virgo, I think, is going to be bringing up some very interesting turning away from clean girl aesthetic, Pilates princess life. We can get more into that next episode. But yeah, look up Fisherman fashion and just, if astrology isn't real, then why is that happening? This summer we will be in the North Node in Pisces until next summer 2026, so we can expect a lot of things in the collective to kind of be geared that way. And I mean in mainstream, it infiltrates every area. So if astrology isn't real, then explain every damn thing we just talked about. This is where I'm going to leave you. Stay grounded, stay loud, stay in your truth. Remember, when the world's going wild, we go wild. We get weirder, we get wiser. We'll be here every week, Monday and Friday, Cosmic RX Radio as your high vibe HQ for all things spiritual assistance and resistance, serving up planetary receipts and cosmic tea. Keep your aura clean, your charts checked, and don't let anybody make you believe you're nothing but absolutely freaking perfect. Signed, your cosmic consultant, Maddie Murphy. Until next week. Mwah. Do you love getting your Cosmic RX for the week here and want more? Make sure to sign up for our premium subscription so you can get exclusive access to bonus podcast episodes, all of my astrology info for the month ahead, and live new and full moon calls to help you manifest your dream life with an intentional international community of other cosmic baddies. Sign up through our link in show notes. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you want to know more about Cosmic RX, head on over to thecosmicrx.com. And if you really love this show, I'd love it if you left a rating and review on Apple Podcast or wherever you listen to podcasts. I super love hearing from you and reading your reviews. All right, you cosmic baddie, tune in next week. And until then, remember, love yourself fully, work your magic, and take no shit.